Buonasera, Chifach. My name is Trevor Selescu, and I'm the owner of Monster Hobbies in High River, Alberta, Canada. And tonight we are in Galati, Romania, to race on another exciting international racetrack. So let's check this thing out for a slot car racing event. So here is our track in Galati that I've tried to duplicate here based off the old program guide that Tibby had sent me. This is a race he raced in Romania back in 1983. And so, again, there really isn't a start-finish gate on this because this is street racing. And you can see the tourist hotel and a telephone building here. Let's just move in. So, I've started the race about here. So they come down Saturn Street, go around this corner, come up Feliza. There's a couple of buildings here. And they turn this way up street Partizanor, I believe. Then they come around here and they do this super horseshoe here up street Brele and then back to start finish gate. That looks like a military building of some sort. So let's take a look at the real track and how I was able to make it. So there it is. This is on 4x8s sheet of plywoods with, I've got my desk here supporting that curve, and I got those two end tables. So let's take a look at this track piece by piece and see how it was created. So I'll just step right up here to the start finish gate. Okay, so here we are at the start finish gate, and I'll just move back a little bit so you guys get some reference points. So here's the 2x4 tables, and that's a 90-degree curve. So I've got that going right to the edge here. So that's our starting point. So you've got your 2x4 and that 90-degree curve. So we'll start here because this is where the tables meet. So there's your crack for your track. Your track's crack. Okay, so I've got, now remember this is duplicated here. So if I say 1, I mean 2. So we have straights. So we've got 1, 2, then our start finish gate. And soon the 2 fuel lanes will be replaced with a duplicate piece like this that'll come across there, and it plugs in here and there where the controller type things plug in. So like there's a thing like that. So on this side you can't see because it's hidden, but there's 2 of those because these are supposed to go there, right? So with the new track piece, it'll look like this, and it'll have 2 of those things sticking out that are going to pop into here. And then I can get rid of the 2 fuel tracks, have it there, have that extension that comes and sweeps in and out. And under here I've got my wires crisscrossed to provide power in here. All that stuff I can get rid of, go back to straight track. So I can't wait for that part to come out. That'll be great. Where am I? So start finish gate. So you got a piece of track here. Now I've got 2 1/4, and at the end of this strip I got another 2 1/4. That makes a full piece of track. So if you're recreating this, just ignore this because I used it for last week's track and I didn't want to try to pull it apart while I was sizing up how all that works. So I'm going to go 1, 2, we'll count that as for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be included. So 8 straights from that start finish gate out to here. And then we've got a 2-30 and a 1-30 to give us this little kick right here on the map. Now this shows it like coming out and going around, but I couldn't really do that because there's no sort of like 1/3 of a turn thing that you need up here in order to make that happen. And again, if I could figure it out, it would be coming off the table almost to where that white table is. So I don't really want to do it like that. So this is how I came up with narrowing it a bit, but still coming out with a very similar result. So there, and so then we got two straights, and now we go into our curve here. So this is 2-30s and 3-30s are going to make this curve part here. That is to duplicate that curve part here. So let's take our piece of paper with us. Hang on. Excuse the camera. Okay. So we're going to take our piece of our track plan with us so we can follow along here. So this curve, big curve at the bottom. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-30s. Sorry, 3-30s. 5 of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-30s. So I didn't lie. Okay, and then we do the reverse kick, which is represented in here. So we flip that over, and we have, now this is where I'm using bigger stuff. So there's your 3-30, a 1 dash, no, what do they call it? Yeah, 1-15 and a 1-15. Sorry, 4-15, 4-15. Let's get this straight here. And now that's the curve, and then it straightens up here on our map. So that's where I have the two straights, and I use the chicanes here. A friend of mine says move your chicanes, don't have them doubled up, but they were connected from the previous track, so that's what you get. So okay, so now we got our 1-30 and our 2-30. Then we have a straight. Now this is going up here, and we're going to kick down there. So there's our straight, and what I've done is I've taken the singles and I put the 4 stacks right in the center. This thing has really proven itself, because with the switch stacks that I used to have in the center, guys could still flip out of it and ride this outer rail all the way around all the time and get in first because they're going flat out. But with the X's in here, it forces guys out into the little lanes where they have to use more skill. So our racers are liking that better because it's more challenging. So now we just gone there, so now we're doing this curve here, which is going to lead us up into this section here. So in order to do that, we have 1-60, which remember is 2 1-30s that are joined together. 2 of those, and 4 2-30s. Then we do the reverse on that. So our 1-60s are there, and our 2-30s are that way. And it's the same a number, so there's 4 and 2 of the 1-60s. Then I have the double cross, which counts as 2 straights. And then we get into the subtle curve here that's going on there before we do the 90. So, and you'll notice it's a reverse here, and then it goes back this way. So over there I've got the 3-30 and the 4-15s, 2 of them. Then we get into that kind of curve. So that's your 1-60s, there's 2 of them, and then 4 2-30s. Okay, so now our 1/4s are going to be in the correct locations, because this is an extension out here. So if you have more table to go out that way, you could actually make, okay, we're looking at this upside down. You could actually make this go longer out that way. It's up to you. But for me, I don't have that space. So I used 2 1/4s and a straight. And now we have a 180-degree turn. So in order to do your 180-degree turns, you go 3 1-60s and 6 2-30s around your outer edge. So now we've just done this, and we're going to go straight here and then a 90-degree turn. So we have 1, 2, 3 straights and 2 quarters. I like to back these up a little. Actually, this I should have put there and had this straight come over here for the guardrails, because the guardrails don't really like to click into the 1/4. They like to click into the full ones, just so you know. And then we got our 90-degree turn off the end of those, so 1-30 and a 2-30, and then a 1-60 and 2 2-30s. And now we're back to the start finish gate. Okay, so let's see our race cars in action. All right. Whoa, the big pile up. So here we are racing in Romania at Galati on the street race. This is a pretty massive track with a nice 90-degree super curve in here.
Oh no! Oh, pick me up. My car's dead. Pick me up, pick me up.
We got it.
Oh shoot, I'm too busy watching putting my card down to...
The drivers are pretty rookie on this one.
Cheers.
Okay. It's a tight race.
Lamborghini's hurting off to change for next race.
Wonder what the real race was like back in '83. Oh. Big action. Oh.
Oh, sorry, Neil.
She's on the ground. And Matt's swearing like a sailor.
So what? I sailed and have my license for that.
His boating license. Oh, and batteries are dying. Here we go again. How dead could they be, though? Wait and see.
My tail lights are falling out.
Yeah, I got him. Whoa.
Oh, for
Okay, who's pushing me?
Yeah.
oh, what? That's your fault, man. Oh no!
Oh yeah, great.
Sandwich. That's the ruin of many a car.
Oh, okay, I won't push you up. I'll push. Get the gold card, guys.
They're gonna have to blank out a lot on this video. It's one of the suicide corners here. And to imagine on the wood boards is where there'd be buildings in the real world.
Really, no virgins allowed what?
18A. Monster Hobbies goes 18A. No. Here we are at the board. Now, I gotta say sorry for the video. Again, my memory card ran out halfway through, so the race kind of got truncated off. I'm not quite sure who actually won in the very first one. But here's our standings after 7 races, because we only had 7 drivers. So we've got Monster Hobbies with 22 points, Matt with 27, Devin at 39, Mark made 8, Kevin got 45, Fred couldn't make it, so he got do not show, Dale got 14, Alan couldn't make it, so second do not show, and Josh got 20. So when we come over here to our standings, a few people moved around. I got up from 7 to 6 with 175 points. Matt got into 4th place with 232. Devin is first with 295. Mark is 8th with 109. Kevin is 3rd with 257. Fred is 5th with 187. Dale is 9th with 97, which is not too far off of catching up on Mark here. Alan is 7 with 158, so I actually beat Alan. And Josh is second with 271 points. So way to go, guys, and we'll see you in the next race, which is going to be at the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. So we're still in Eastern Europe. We just moved over a country. And the last race is going to be exciting because it's Carrera Super Pretzel. And the guys have no clue what's in store. So, and I've never set this up, so it's going to be interesting. It actually traverses like 2 levels. So, join us for the next race. And if you like us, subscribe and check out all our web pages, which I'm going to post in a minute. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.